Okay, hello. Oh gosh, let's see if I can remember what I was going to talk about. I'm a little tired, so I don't know how this will go. But I believe I want to talk about... come on, brain. I keep thinking it's there. I keep thinking it's going to come out. And it doesn't come out. I guess I'm going to blabber on a little bit about the Towards Christ model and see if I can develop some of the ideas there that I don't think I've quite fully developed yet, not quite rendered in a as clear a fashion as I'd like. So, okay, one step I want to make is that, which I want to make as clearly as possible, is the difference between the personal and the common. I know I've mentioned this many times, but this is of particular import for the Towards Christ model. So there is an idea in especially American Christianity, because it is kind of a conservative American ideal of well, how should I say this? I guess separation of church and state. Although what that means changes depending on who you're talking to. What I want to try to illuminate is the value of not having other people tell you how to live your life. I think that's what the gist of separation of church and state is really about. When a religion is in charge of politics and political structures, governmental structures, if you will, then there is constant civil war, because people will always be willing to die for their deeply, sincerely held religious beliefs. So the solution to that is to have a separation of church and state. I think everyone agrees with that. The question is how much separation, really. And to try to explain that, how much should be, I'll attempt to talk a little bit about, well, what that looks like. So, because this has traditionally been a Christian nation, Christianity has had a privileged position. In God We Trust is on the money. Many even government buildings and public places have scripture or crosses on them. Now that is diminishing, and it is painful for Christians to see that happen, especially because they want to believe in the idea that this is a Christian nation, one blessed by God. I think that's unfortunate and dangerous, though. Gosh, how am I going to defend that against the likes of the kinds of people I grew up being one of? It's a beautiful idea. It's a beautiful idea, thinking that we can relax, knowing that our entire state, our entire government structure is godly. It's a security thing. But I'm going to argue it is not an issue of faith. It is not an issue of faith in the sense of trusting God. Theology is not an issue of trusting in God. Theology is an issue of trusting in one's understanding. So I'll say that again, or I'll expand on that, because it's going to relate to what I hope to speak about with the government thing. There are many interpretations of the Bible, And many of those have been made by very, 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 very godly people. People trusting deeply in God. However, none of them are God, right? Surely we can agree on that. What they are is good people, right? Trying to follow God. And so why am I saying that? Why am I making this argument? What does that mean? I mean that only God knows the thoughts of God. Only God understands the correct interpretation of His Word. Or, as I would argue, interpretations. As I don't think there is just one. I think God is a bit of a rocket scientist. Meaning that when you have a rocket, in order to make the weight of the rocket as light as possible, you have to design every part of it to do multiple things. So you position some necessary component in such a way that it creates a ballast, or I guess it wouldn't be ballast, creates a weight, or you shape it in such a way, or you somehow make everything do double duty. Okay. In such a way, I would suggest that scriptures are multifaceted and have many meanings and many interpretations. Why am I going there? Because I want to show that even if you tried to, well, first of all, you can't narrow down to one interpretation, or I would suggest that you not. I'm not going to tell you what you have to do. Can't do that. I don't have the authority. And along those same lines, I would suggest that we don't have the authority to claim what God is saying in the Scripture with a certainty, or to know Him with certainty. We trust Him rather than our understanding of Him. I believe that is partly what fearing God is about. We fear God enough to trust that He will get it figured out, not that we have it figured out. Okay, what does that have to do with government? Because the same is true there. It's not a Christian nation. It was founded by some Christians and some slight Christians, and it is not majority Christian. Even though it seems like it is, there's a lot of Christians here, and maybe they are some majority, but they are not an absolute majority. I mean, are we 50% Christian? Maybe. Is that majority? Well, only if you're, only if it's a 50-50 type of, 51% as a majority is not much of a majority. We are a diverse civilization. Now, having said all that, to put it one other way, I think we should freely give away the state, because the state is not ours. I'm speaking to Christians. That doesn't mean we don't vote. It doesn't mean we don't influence. But here's the thing. I guess I'll dive into it. We are in a commons now. Once upon a time, Christianity probably truly was the majority, in a large majority sense, of the state. No longer. Probably hasn't been for a long time. And yet we've been hungry. We've been attempting to protect that which we claim as our own. When in fact, I'm grateful for this country. But just as I don't want anybody telling me how to live my life, I will not tell others how to live theirs. I think we've forgotten that for us to be respected, we need to respect others. And so what the commons is the idea of only that which everyone agrees with, not which a bare majority, a 51% majority, believes is true. I think 51% is not enough. It's not enough. It's way too many of our elections have been down to 51, 52, 53%. Way too many of our bills and our elections. I don't think we can keep living that way. We're separating faster and faster as technology drives a wedge between us. and I mean that in many ways. How technology is used, the fact of technology, the fact that we are by the way we do life, separated. We are no longer communities, really. We are individuals that try to mimic community at times. And as such, we have to rediscover community. And I think discovering what the commons truly is, assuming nothing, forcing nothing into the commons, but allowing the commons to be that which emerges as that which only a very large majority actually agree with. So that's the commons, and the personal then is that which Christians believe, what we are committed to, what we believe is true. And that doesn't mean it's somehow, like what I've begun to think of as the fundamentalist scientist, is that those people who only believe that which is scientific is true. I don't know how their love life works. I don't know how long their marriages work. I don't know how they quantify all that biologically, right? But that doesn't mean, that's another discussion. Sorry. It's another discussion. All right, I'll try to wrap this up. Let go of the commons. I speak to the Christian. Respect the commons. Not so that you can be more respected, although frankly we could use some respect if we truly want to carry our message. Christians are not that respectful nowadays. We are not those who die for others. We've stopped dying for others. We've started dying for ourselves. We sacrifice our credibility in order to declare our not trust in God, but trust in ourselves. So give it away. Give it away. Sacrifice your beloved nation to the commons. Give up on... I'm not going to go there. I was going to go into young earth creationism, but that's a whole other topic too. Okay, I think I've hit what I'm going to hit. Hope that was helpful. Thank you very much.